Rand Paul has really, he's really hit the desperate. He's running for Senate now in Kentucky, and just using his presidential aspirations as just a means to get on some media. Here he is telling an Iowa talk radio host, Jan Mickelson, who apparently is the go-to guy, right, in Iowa for conservatives, what it's going to take. His secret plan to stop mass shootings. It's brilliant, and it's really ridiculous that we haven't come up with this before. I mean, go ahead.
Rand Paul, what do you think of the president using another evil tragedy as a political jumping off point?
Well, I think it's sad. You know, the whole tragedy is sad, and I've got kids, and I can't imagine them being shot, at school one day. So it is an incredible tragedy, but it's even made worse by the president then politicizing it, jumping in, particularly since all of the things he's offering and wanting to do, I think most of them are already being done in Oregon. And by doing that, he takes our eye off the real problem, which is that most of these kids are mentally ill. And there isn't an easy way to fix this, but we ought to at least talk about what the problem is, which is mental illness and not necessarily gun registration or gun ownership.
So here you have Rand Paul saying that really I have no policy prescription here, but I have isolated the problem. The problem is mental illness. You have people who are completely irrational, completely who are not making any type of sound judgments, and going into these places and killing people. And but Rand is not going to leave you without a policy prescription, ladies and gentlemen. He's got one.
Yeah, no, I think it is sad that the president would do this, but I think the president doesn't understand any of this. The other common denominator other than mental illness is that people are going to places that where guns are prohibited. So when you have a gun-free zone at a school, it's like an invitation. If you are crazy and want to shoot people, that's where you go. I would do the opposite. I would have and encourage every school in America to put stickers on every window going into the school saying, "We are armed, come in at your own peril." We have concealed carry for teachers who have it, and we also have armed security, and you will be shot. The thing is, we should have that on every cockpit of every commercial airliner, and we should have that in every school. And I do believe guns are a deterrent. They don't go into the sheriff's office wanting to shoot the sheriff's office. They go to the school where there are no guns.
Now, let's just give Rand Paul the benefit of the doubt for a moment. Say that these stickers are going to be truthful, that you're going to arm kindergarten teachers. You're going to train them. They're going to have guns in the classroom, presumably, right? And they have to be readily accessible. You don't want to lock them up because, you won't be able to get to them when the guy comes in there. And, of course, teachers, a lot of people, I think we're having a dearth of teachers in this country now because of the way that we've been treating teachers and disrespecting them. Well, now we have another enticement to become a teacher. You probably will get at least some free handgun training, which I think a lot of people who go into the teaching profession, they perceive themselves as a person who, I'm going to do some handgun training. And of course, you're going to not just have to teach them how to shoot. You're going to have to teach them how to function in a combat-like situation, which, so we would send them probably to I don't know if a boot camp is necessary, but an ongoing thing, maybe 6 to 10, 12 weeks out of the year. Teachers will go to a training situation so that they fire without flinching at this, at the perp. Or we could not be generous to Rand Paul and say, so stickers are going to deter these people who he thinks are so crazy, and that's the only reason why they go in and shoot people.
Sort of like when you just peel that sticker off your neighbor's house who has the Sloman shield and you put it on your house and you're like, now this will deter the burglars.
Bingo. You can it's like one of putting those fake, things on your steering wheel so that they don't steal your car. I mean, it's really the Ben Carson.
Can you put a beware of dog thing and it shows this big Rottweiler, but you really just have a Chihuahua?
Or maybe you could put on the sticker, go to the church. They don't have guns there. and like little directions, like here's the soft targets in town. And so the person who is insane enough to want to go in, shoot everybody, and either shoot themselves or get themselves killed by the cops who eventually show up, you give them a sticker like, this is the soft target in town.
Could you imagine like the first and second graders like learning to like read and like reading comprehension, and they're walking to school one day and they see the sticker like, come in at mommy, I don't want to go to school.
Right. That's right. Or, here's the other thing. Maybe what we could do is we could round up all of these immigrants that the Republicans want to round up, and we just divvy them up. So we put like 5 or 10 per town across the country, and they just hang out in like a completely soft target area, like just sitting in a cafe or something. Like we said, like establish a real cafe, and the stickers can all say like, "Here's where the softest target in town is."
Oh, so like a mass shooting Shabbaskoy.
It's exactly.
I get it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, it's
That's
sort of like
great.
the flypaper theory that we had in Iraq, right? We're going to attract all the terrorists.
I
So-
think it can totally work. There'd probably be less Jews that would go into teaching because they're too sensitive to handle firearms. But, why you want your kids learning from Jews anyways? Can I be president? It's been a long, arduous process. Also, the teachers would have to take loans, no doubt. Those would not be free gun training courses. That would be another way they'd go into
Right, of
debt.
course not.
Yeah, well,
Of
that
course
was
not.
the only part of your analysis that fell off, I thought.
Right.
They're not getting free training.
That's true. That's true.
They're
We should
gonna
say
be-
that
yeah.
you would get judged in your teaching ability by the aggregate of scores of a test set up by Bill Gates,
Right.
and also your capacity or ability, I should say, to hit a target, and to hit a target while you're running. Because it's just not enough to do it while you're standing. You got to be running. You got to do the one somersault, then pop up, fire, bang, bang, bang. Like, Ben Carson could be the instructor.
What was it that Matt said
They
the other
could-
day? You need to start finding kindergarten teachers who are like mellow
Oh,
and
yeah, you
tender
need to
enough
fi-
to care for children
Well,
and
look,
lunatic
look,
enough.
wait a second. To be fair, though, there is precedent for this. I don't know if any of you have seen Kindergarten Cop. It was with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he was a cop, but he was in the kindergarten class. I mean, so this is not an absurd
What
idea.
about a Ben Carson scenario, though, where all of a sudden it's happening, it's go time, and look at the kids, they're unarmed. Don't you want to be firing at them? They have a
It's the
lower
old,
clear
it's
line
the old
than
snowball trick, right? You pick up one of the kids, throw him up in the air so that the shooter gets distracted, shoots the kid, and that's how you do it.
Oh,
That's-
the
that's-
Quick,
stick-
Miss
the-
Smith's class, rush him.
The stickers didn't deter you. Well, may I recommend you shoot Bobby over there in
Right.
the front row, and I'll be on my way to get some cocoa for myself.
Bobby, attack him. If you start everybody, he won't be able to shoot all of you.
Ask him if he's a Christian, and then say, "Did I stutter?" Okay, have a nice day, everybody.